Welcome everyone. My name is Shahid Mustafa. Me, along with my co-authors, Sonia Malik, Krishnadas Nanath, and Supriya Kaitheri, would like to welcome all of you for this session, which will be presented by Sonia and I on the topic of examination of fake online content from a viral perspective and an interplay of emotions, resonance, and sentiments. So, without any further ado, let's jump right into it. So, the world of fake news, speaking about fake news, by definition, it usually refers to information that is fabricated or misleading. Now, these fake news are usually intentionally written so to mislead the readers and provide false information. Within themselves, there are two main critical aspects: the authenticity of it as well as the intent of it. Now, speaking of fake news, it has become a buzzword, especially after the 2016 presidential elections of the United States, where a lot of misguided information flooded the internet. Keeping that in mind, the social media plays an important role in this. Especially, Facebook played an integral part in exposing everyone to the fake news. And the frequency with which these bogus news headlines are making towards the internet is at an alarming rate, and it's quite unbelievable. Statistically speaking, if we look at the user engagement graphs, so here you can see the total Facebook engagements for the top 20 election stories. If you follow the timeline, starting from Feb and April, the fake news engagements were near to 3 million, whereas the mainstream news were about 12 million. And as along the way, you will see there is a drastic change where towards closer to the election day, the fake news content reached to 8.7 million in terms of user engagements, whereas the mainstream news reached to 7.3 million. These are some more examples on the left-hand side, how it attracts more and more fake news content. So for us moving forward, the thing which we had to look into to fulfill this research was the related work. What has been done and what has not been done? What area could be explored? In a roadmap manner, if you were to look at the previous research, all of these researchers have targeted a particular domain. Each of these research were carried forward with one particular aspect in mind. So starting from 2010, if you will see, the first one was the role of social media. Carried forward into 2015 was defining of fake news. And along the way, you will see linguistic features of the fake news were explored, economics of fake news were explored, as well as the user role of fake news were explored. Previously, and the most recent one in 2019, detection algorithms of this was given a look, and these aspects were explored further. Now, currently we are in 2020, and we are here at the end of the roadmap, but keeping in mind one stream of research or studies that have looked into the virality part of it was more targeted towards the marketing ad content, where mostly they have used the manual coding of it, whereas other sets of people have explored more of machine learning algorithms, but not in the context of fake news and virality. In this research, what we have done is we have applied both of these methods in the context of fake news and virality. So the first thing for us was to develop a conceptual model. And then that's how our conceptual model looks like. It consisted of three main domains: emotions and virality, which further had subcategories on the basis of positive and negative, as well as high and low arousal, topic modeling with LDA, and linguistic features of these text articles, which basically explored the sentimental resonance, article length, as well as the title length of these articles. Now, we concluded with five hypotheses on these areas. So two of them were based on emotions and virality, as well as three of them were based on linguistic features. To get in a conceptual derivation, these areas were explored further to find out more about these certain parameters and how and what was carried on before. For example, if you can see, valence is generally captured by two-factor dimension. So that would contribute towards the negative as well as the positive side of it. And then the events that are negative and unexpected and so on. So this was the main idea towards the conceptual derivation. And moving forward, this again coming back to the emotion and fake news side of it. So this graph will show you more how and what categories it consisted of. So in positive, you will see when you're talking about high arousal. So for example, surprise, trust, joy, whereas low would be something calm and peaceful in the positive side of it. The negative side of it, on the other hand, would something displaying as sadness or anger or fear. So this was an overall map for that particular aspect. The two hypotheses in this field which we came up with was the first one being news content that evokes high arousal emotions have higher chances of being fake, and the second one being news content that evokes positive emotions have lower chances of being fake. And moving towards the linguistic features, the remaining three hypotheses which we came up with was the first one being higher sentiment resonance between the title and the text of the news lowers its chances of being fake. The second one in this category was the fake news articles that keeps longer titles compared to the real news. And the third one and the last one of this category was fake news articles keep shorter text body in terms of the content of these articles compared to the real ones. So moving forward from here, my colleague Sonia will take over and she will go ahead with it. Over to you, Sonia.
Thank you, Shahid. To begin with, we will begin with research method. The dataset we used in this research is called Getting Real About Fake News that originates from BS Detector, which contained text from 244 different websites with a total of 12,099 articles. These articles had a spam score between 0 and 1. Firstly, we did some data cleaning that included removal of missing values, inappropriate data points, and invalid attributes, which resulted with 12,014 articles. Next, we did some text preprocessing on Microsoft Azure machine learning and generated fake news dependent variable, which was simply a binary classification based on spam score. Next, we extracted emotions from news articles using a sysad package in R, which resulted with 8 emotions. Moving on, we did sentiment analysis of text and title in the news and Microsoft Azure machine learning as well, which resulted with valence sentiment, labels, and score and resonance. Finally, we extracted linguistic feature extractions, which included the number of words in text and title. This data was split into test and train in order to build a logistic regression model that not only predicted fake news and real news, but also test out the hypothesis for us. Topic modeling. Topic modeling's objective was to understand the dominant topics. Topic modeling was conducted on Microsoft Azure machine learning, which generated keywords from each article as an output. These keywords were then labeled as illegal activities, locations and personalities, combat, political content, race, religion, and ethnicity. These 5 variables were then used in future for the logistic regression model. The other independent variables which we extracted were the 8 emotions from a sysad package in R: trust, joy, anger, anticipation, disgust, fear, sadness, and surprise. The second independent variable which we extracted were the sentiment resonance between news text and title, which is simply a binary classification, which was done on Microsoft Azure machine learning. Third, we did topic modeling. 5 topic modeling labels were classified to test out the fake news in Microsoft Azure machine learning. Finally, we extracted linguistic features on the number of words in the title and number of words in the text. These variables were then used to put in our logistic regression model. The dependent variable is the logit of fake news, and 16 other independent variables were used in the logistic regression model. This model helps us to predict fake news and real news, and at the same time also helps us to test out our hypothesis. The results shows us 17 variables, out of which 7 variables turn out to be significant classifiers of fake news, such that trust, joy, and anticipation confirm the hypothesis that positive emotions had a lower probability of being classified as fake news. Trust, joy, and anticipation had negative coefficients, which illustrated that the odds ratio of being classified as fake news was less than 1. Similarly, the number of words in the title had a positive coefficient, which confirmed the hypothesis that the longer titles were classified as fake news. And the words in the text had a negative coefficient, which classified as fake news. Number of words in the text, fewer number of words in the text were being classified as fake news. Finally, the topic modeling also helped us in classifying fake news. Topic 1, which is the illegal activity, had the highest probability rate to classify fake news. Any article which had words related to illegal activities were mostly classified as fake news. Finally, to sum up, the results can be discussed under 4 main categories: emotions, topic modeling, sentimental resonance, and linguistic features. Emotions and topic modeling received partial support, while the other 2 categories, sentimental resonance and linguistic features, turn out to be significant predictors of fake news content. These positive emotions demonstrated lower chances of content being fake. However, this research has focused more on the positive content and how the inclusion of positive content could reduce the chance of an article being fake. The 5 topic modelings that we found in this research was illegal activities, location and personalities, combat, political content, and race, religion, and ethnicity. Out of the 5 topics, the first theme is the illegal activities, which turn out to be an important topic impacting the probability of fake news. And finally, this research introduced a new type of resonance, measuring the similarity of sentiments between the title and the text. Thank you.